My dad was suddenly arrested for fraud. Our family fell apart. Then, out of nowhere, my dad's boss moved into our house to help. I didn't buy it, so I investigated, and what I found changed everything. At 6:12 a.m. on a Thursday, I woke up to the sound of boots slamming through the front door. Not knocking, not doorbell, boots. Within seconds, our living room was full of agents. Dark suits, radios, gloves. My dad, still in his worn-out Spider-Man pajama pants, didn't even have time to grab his glasses. One of them shoved him to the floor. Another started reading charges I couldn't understand. Wire fraud, money laundering, federal investigation. My mom screamed, not like in the movies. It was raw, messy, like someone had cracked her ribs open and ripped something out. I stood at the top of the stairs. I didn't run down. I didn't scream. I just stared at my father as they pulled him to his feet. "Let me hug my daughter," he said. They ignored him. And then they were gone. 3 hours later, Mom was still shaking in the kitchen. She hadn't spoken since the ambulance left. They'd checked her blood pressure when she collapsed in the front yard. I tried asking questions. She didn't answer. And then, right before noon, the doorbell rang. She opened it slowly. The man on the other side wasn't a neighbor. He wasn't a lawyer. He was carrying 2 paper bags full of groceries. "Marina," he said softly. I came as soon as I heard. His name was Richard. I had never met him before, but the way he hugged my mother, one arm firm across her shoulders, the other resting on the small of her back, didn't feel like a coworker offering support. It felt like he knew exactly where he fit. That night, Richard stayed for dinner. I wasn't told. He was just there, cooking in our kitchen, using Dad's skillet, sipping from Dad's favorite mug. He'd brought herbal tea, said Mom liked it back in college. She nodded, didn't deny it. After dinner, he said he would stay just a night or two to help us get through this. My mom didn't argue. She'd barely spoken all day. By the next morning, he was wearing one of Dad's t-shirts, rolled up at the sleeves, like he'd been there for years. When I asked who he was, Mom just said, "An old friend." Later, I found out the truth. Richard was more than a friend. They dated in college for nearly 4 years. He was her first real relationship before my dad. He had proposed once. She had said no. He never got married. He worked his way up through the same firm where my father had spent 15 years. Quiet, ambitious, always one step behind my dad professionally, until the day my dad was arrested. Richard didn't just move into our home. He moved into the empty space that fear had carved out in my mother. While she sat on the couch in silence, Richard called our neighbors and said we were managing. While she cried behind closed doors, he told the firm she was staying strong. While I sat in my room writing letters I couldn't send to my dad, Richard was in the kitchen printing out paperwork to help get our affairs in order. By the end of the week, he had a drawer in the hallway. By the second week, he had a toothbrush upstairs. By the third, he had a therapist on the phone who said I might be dealing with delusional grief. No one asked me what I thought. No one noticed I stopped eating dinner. No one realized I had started sleeping in Dad's hoodie every night, hidden under the covers, whispering to the dark,